So hi there. I'm Bert, and I guess this is part 2 of Doki Literature Club. This is my playthrough of the game. I'm not. Oh my god, I just lost. Okay. Sorry guys. Anyway, this is my playthrough. I'm not a completionist type person. Apparently, I'm not gonna try to. I'm just gonna try to get from beginning to end in this game. If that's the way it's supposed to work. I'm not sure. All I know is that Robert's already finished editing the first video and he says, ha ha, keep it up. So here we are back and we're ready to tackle part 2. Now, when we last left off, we had already done one piece of poetry and we were sent home under the guidance of our club leader to write a second poem. So Monica wants another poem. Monica gets another poem. And we'll just have to figure out how we're going to do that poem. So let's go ahead and fire up the game here. And we'll get this going just as quickly as possible. Come on. Drop over here. There we go. All right. So let's go ahead and load our game from last time. And we'll go ahead and start picking words. Last time we kind of went with a set of words that, for better or for worse, could have been a horrible poem. So this time we're going to go for something a little more calm, a little more nice. So let's go with light things like pure, a bunny, bubbles, joy. Unstable. No. Amazing. Hope. Always go for Doki if it shows up. That's what I'm going to do here. Not massacre. Who put massacre in there? Sunny. Romance. What is effulgent? I don't even know. I have a decent vocabulary. I'll bet if I click that one, purple head's going to jump up and down. Papa. No daddy issues, please. Thank you. Let's go with vanilla. We like vanilla. Clouds and boop. Oh geez. Well, Pinky is jumping up and down today. Cheer. Cute. Lollipop. Sugar. Silly. Candy. Heart. Jumpy. There we go. I really wish it actually gave us the option of being able to read a poem like a Mad Libs. Of this is what you wrote, friend. But so far it's not let us. Maybe we get to do that a little bit later in the game. I don't know. Maybe a compilation of our poems. Time for the club meeting. Got a little more comfortable here over the past couple of days. Entering the classroom, club room. The usual scene greets me. Hi, the Birdle. Yo, Sayori. Looks like you're in a good mood today. I'm just still not used to you being in the club, that's all. I see. That's a pretty simple thing to get you into a good mood. But I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway. Speaking of which, I'm kinda hungry. Wow, sorry. Will you come with me to buy a snack? Doesn't seem unreasonable. No thanks. Dude, gentlemen, remember, last video, there's a link. It's somewhere around there, just wherever Rob decides to stick it. There's a link to our previous video. We talked about being a gentleman. Don't forget about being a gentleman. Bring something to the table, all that. Anyway, no thanks is apparently my answer. No choices on that one. That's not like you at all. I know that's not like me at all. I have my reasons. You better have some good ones. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori? Oh. Well, technically, he does know her. He's childhood friends. Why that all of a sudden? No reason, really. I just wanted to look at it. Oh, that's so shifty. What does he know? Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. Then she turns it upside down and lets its contents spill out onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. I knew it. I can see right through you, Sayori. That's not fair. How did you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have brought a snack. You would have bought a snack before coming into the club room. So either you're not hungry and wanted an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I would have to lend you some. Oh, wow, he does know her. That's slick, too. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry. And so that only leaves one option. I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Jesus. Dude, you're being rough. Yuri suddenly giggles. I didn't notice that she was listening in. Her face is in her book as always. I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book. Yuri, tell the bird to let me borrow some money. Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. Did I just... I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed into my book. What are you reading? 50 Shades of... Pastels? Something. I really like it when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. There's no way you could think that. You were right, though. I did something bad, and now I have to accept the revolution. Retribution. That! Still, coming from you, Sayori, I guess there's a little devil inside of all of us, isn't there? I don't like that look. She's going to murder us all. Don't let her fool you. Sarah knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was to bring me to the club before she even told me. But you wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes. So I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. Whack! Uh-oh, did somebody hit her? Kia, I guess. Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk. Okay, somebody threw something at her. Ow! What was... Huh? A cookie. Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around. Is this a miracle? Is it because I paid my restitution? Retribution. Actually, that one almost worked. I was just going to give it to you, but then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. So it was totally worth seeing your reaction, though. Natsuki, that was so nice of you. I'm so happy. Sayori hugs the cookie. Jeez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. Songbird! Sayori suddenly clasps her hands over her mouth. You're going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Sheesh. Beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me. Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki, then wraps her arms around her. Ah, Jade. Oh, she looks embarrassed. I get it. I get it. Oh, I get it. I get it. I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off of her. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite out of Natsuki's cookie. It's on. Hey! Did you seriously just do that? Mouthful. Sayori trots away to safety. I can relate to this girl sometimes. Yuri and I laugh as well. Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monica, can you tell Sayori? Eh? Natsuki glances around. Monica isn't in the club room. Where's Monica anyway? Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Not me. Yeah, I haven't either. That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. Eh? You don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. That's true. Excuse me? Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. Ah, there you are. Oh, that's me. Oh, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Eh? Monica chose the club over her boyfriend after all? You're so strong-willed. Boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monica quizzically glances at me. Never mind that. But I'll jump anyway. Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I just kind of lost track of time. That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica. I don't really. I just kind of started recently. I mean, I've always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool. You should play something for us, Monica. Monica looks at me. Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. Yay! That sounds cool. I'd also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, the Birtle. Monica smiles sweetly, and everyone else apparently cleared out. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently. And I'd really love the chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. I chose to leave out Sayori's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway, but looks like everyone has already settled down. Sayori somehow finished her entire cookie. Yuri's back to her book, and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. The Birtle! The Birtle! Sayori suddenly comes up to me. I'm gonna go get some supplies from another classroom. Wanna come with me? Supplies? What for? Well, you know how the festival's coming up? Me and Monica were gonna make some posters and stuff, so I need to find some crayons, markers, and glue sticks. Ah, I see. Sure, I'll go with you. Yay! Okay, Monica, we'll be back soon. Are you going with Birtle to get the supplies? There's no need to trouble yourself. I'd be happy to go with him. Aw, but I wanted to go. It's so much fun exploring empty classrooms and stuff. Okay. Okay. It was just a suggestion. See if you can find poster paper too, okay? Okay. Ready, the barrel? Yep, let's go. That look. That's her default look, but geez. She tried to get in and just... Apparently, those will probably be things that will change once you open up the route to be able to do the Monica route, I guess. Sayori and I exit the club room. I follow behind as Sayori hums and skips down the hallway. Honestly, it feels like I'm taking a kid to the mall or something. Sayori finds pleasure in the simplest things sometimes. Hey, Sayori, what exactly are we doing for the festival anyway? I'm not sure how you'd make an event out of literature. Me and Monica have it all planned out, and that scares me. Don't you worry, and that... Oh, is that so? Yep. We're going to do a poetry performance. A performance. Of what kind? Well, everyone is going to take turns on stage and recite their favorite poems. That sounds kind of dull. Bertle, you're not thinking about it the right way at all. It's not just about reading poems, it's about performing them. Like, you say the lines of a poem like, between my feet, the last remaining flower beckons to me. I twist the stem, freeing it from its clinging roots, caressing the final joyous moments between my fingers. But to what end have I summoned this joy? For now, when I look in every direction, the once prosperous field before me purposeful is but a barren wasteland. Like that. Sayori, how do I put this? I'm sure it's just me, but it's impossible for me to take you seriously when you talk like that. You meanie. I'm being mean again. I'm working super hard on this, you know. I know. I just meant it's pretty an ordinary contrast to your cute self. Don't say it like that. It's embarrassing. But I guess that means I'm doing a good job. Yeah, I guess so. And I'm so excited. The festival's going to be so much fun. Sayori spins herself around in the hallway again. Hey, the Bertle, this classroom over here is empty. Let's begin the mission. The mission, eh? Robert, I swear to you, if this is porn, we have to censor out. Or your mother comes walking in. Sheesh. It's been a long time since I've spent time with Sayori like this. But in the end, she hasn't changed one bit. She's nothing but a ball of sunshine, drawing happy vibes from the world around her. She seems like a genuinely, honestly happy person. It's a pretty nostalgic feeling for me. As the years went by, I began to hole myself up in my room more and more, and so going adventuring with Sayori brings about a kind of a special sort of feeling I forgot I had in me. The two of us enter the classroom. Sayori heads straight to the closet and I follow. Let's see what we have in here. Crayons! Sayori pulls a full box of crayons off the shelf. They're the best brand too. Must be Crayolas. Kind of dirty though. Sayori starts pulling various crayons out of the box and reading the color names. Alright, that's one down. Oops, sorry. Alright, that's one down. Don't get distracted. We'll still need to find... Wait, I'm looking for my favorite color. Fine. Then at least move aside so I can look for the poster paper. I dropped one by accident. Oh, who smacked who? Oh, she smacked her forehead into the shelf. She falls to the floor and the crayons spill out all over her lap. Oh, wow. You okay? My forehead. She clutches her forehead. Gee, Sayori. Just like you, isn't it? Come on, let me see. Since Sayori is sitting on the floor, I grab her by the waist and pull her out of the closet. You have to move your hands, Sayori. But it hurts. Just do it for a second. Sayori slowly releases her hands from her forehead. I gently brush her bangs to the side. Ow, sorry. There's a huge red mark on the center of her forehead. A bump is starting to form as well. Man, that's gonna swell up. She's gonna be a unicorn. I should find you some ice. The Bertle. Where would I even find ice around this time? I guess a cold drink will do. You don't have to. I'm fine with looking like a unicorn. Ha! Called it. Oh. Speaking of cold drinks. Last video, I went the entire time without drinking anything. I thought I was going to die by the end of it. Even wincing from the pain, he already makes a silly joke. Oh, what are you saying? I'll be right back, okay? Okay. I pat Sayori on the shoulder and run out into the hallway. I locate the nearest vending machine. What should I get? Doesn't really matter since it'll be used as an ice pack rather than to drink. But I know Sayori likes apple juice, so I'll purchase that one. In just a moment, I'm already returning to the classroom where I left Sayori. She has one palm on her forehead and is using the other hand to clumsily scoop crayons back into the box. At least they were already in the wrong spots before I spilled them. Sayori, here. I hand Sayori the bottle of apple juice. It's nice and cold. Sayori opens the cap and starts drinking from it. Sayori, what are you doing? It's for your forehead, idiot. Sorry, I forgot. How hard did you hit your head? Sayori places the bottle against the bump on her head. It stings. Just bear with it, it'll feel better soon. Looks like you cleaned up most of the crayons, so that's good. Hey, the Bertle. This kind of reminds me of growing up, doesn't it? What do you mean? You know how we used to play outside all the time. I would always try to keep up with you. You were kind of oblivious in some ways. Like I usually fell behind or had trouble climbing on the things you did. But sometimes when I tried to do things I couldn't, I would get myself hurt. I'd fall and scrape myself or get a bump. And I would start crying really hard. And you would just rush over as quick as you could. And you would try really hard to get me to stop crying. It was almost like you blamed yourself and were afraid of getting in trouble if someone found out. Even though it really wasn't your fault at all, you know? Did I really do that? Yeah, you don't remember? Come to think of it, maybe I do remember a bit. I guess I was always so focused on my games that I didn't pay enough attention to you. So in a way, it was my fault. Kind of like this time too. If I wasn't rushing you out of the closet, you probably wouldn't have hit your head. The Bertle. I don't think you realize it, but you're always thinking about other people. Even after all these years. You're rushing to help me even though I'm just being clumsy. You're really a sweetheart. But don't call me that. And I don't really do this kind of thing all the time. I guess when it comes to you, it just feels natural. Before I even know it, I'm treating you like that. I guess that's what happens when you've been friends for so long. Really? Maybe you're right. The Bertle, I'm so glad that nothing's changed between us. Do you think it'll be like this forever? Forever? If I'm honest to myself, there's no telling where we'll each end up for college, or after that. So it wouldn't be fair for me to make any promises. But, well, I hope so. It's been this long already, right? I can't imagine you ever changing, so my hopes are up. I'm so happy. Sayori has a whimsical expression in her eyes. We remain silent for a moment. She's so silly and clumsy on the outside that when I see her deep in thought like this, it makes me not want to disturb her. I guess we should get back. I don't want to worry Monica, you know? Yeah, good luck with that. She's going to see your forehead either way. Not if I hide it under my bangs. Sayori hops to her feet. She clutches her forehead again. Don't stand up so fast after hurting yourself. Well, I guess it's too late now. Anyway, let's go. I follow Sayori out of the classroom. Sayori plays with the bangs to try to hide the bump, but without much success. No, if you got a unicorn knot, you're not hiding that with a few bangs. That's not going to happen. I don't care who you are. Not even in a dating game are you going to be able to pull that one off. In a moment, we make it back to the club room. Ah, you're back. Good timing. I was just about ready to start with our sharing of our poems. Eh? Sayori, your forehead? She's fine, don't worry about it. I was playing with the crayons and smacked my forehead into the shelf. Well, anyway, were you able to find everything that we needed? I have it right. Eh? Sayori frantically glances around herself. I forgot all the stuff. Calm down, Sayori. I have it all right here. I found the poster paper too. Sounds like you ended up doing all the work, the Burtle. Well, Sayori. I failed to come up with an excuse for her. I made it an adventure. Yeah, that. Okay. In any case, good work. I'll start working on the posters tonight. Me too. Okay, everyone? Are you ready to share your poems? Guess I should grab mine. After making sure the crayon box is closed tightly, I return to my seat. Well, Monica's been kind of the guidepost. Here, move for a minute. Oh. Seat has an odd angle to it. Who should I show my poem to first? Okay. Monica's been the guidepost, so let's go with her. Hi again, the Burtle. How's the writing going? All right, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. And I wouldn't. Not from what I've been picking for words. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. I give my poem to Monica. All right. It's pretty good. It makes me think of Sayori, like the other one that you wrote. You two are like the dynamic duo. That's kind of exaggerating it. Yeah, probably. But you do spend a lot of time with her, even in this club, don't you? Then again, I don't blame you for being a little shy. I'm not shy, it's just... I'm just teasing. I know it takes a bit of time to make friends with everyone. But Yuri and Natsuki are super interesting people, so don't be afraid to give them their share of time. And you can talk to me every now and then, too. I'm not, like, unapproachable or anything, am I? No, it's nothing like that. It's just that I can't figure out what things to do to get your route yet, so give me time. I'm just getting used to being here, that's all. Good excuse, good cover. Yeah. I'm sorry if I was putting pressure on you or something. I really didn't mean it like that. Nah, don't worry. I get what you're saying. Oh, all right. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. All right, let's take a look. Save me. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors, flashing, expanding, piercing, red, green, blue. An endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms, squeaking, screeching, piercing, sine, cosine, tangent, like playing a chalkboard on a turntable, like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. Load me. What? Load me. Save me. Load me. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Okay. It's even more abstract than your last one, huh? Save me, load me. Like a game. Oh, let's write that down. Let's see. It might come in handy later. In case I don't have access to it later. I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it. No, I never said that. It's just the kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess. Kind of like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about, though. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of a feeling or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Yay, another writing tip. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when you might change your mind. Or when something unexpected may happen. Wait, is this tip even about writing? What the hell? Okay, fourth wall broken. Congrats. I guess that's a developer thing. What am I even talking about? That's my advice for today. Should I be saving right about now? That's a good question. Should I be saving? I mean, I would have expected... How do you make that decision? You know what? I'm not going to risk it. So that's a save. We'll put that in slot number 2 and then return. So who are we going to show it to next? Well, obviously we're going to show it to Sayori because she's apparently our fave girl. The Birdle, I really love your poems. I can't believe you've been hiding these from me. I'm not hiding anything, and I'm really not. But your poems are so good. Yesterday's and this one too. You can't tell me you haven't done this before. I mean, you're really the only one who feels that way, so, no way. Oops. I am so sorry. Not even Natsuki? Well, I guess Natsuki is the least likely to admit how much she likes something, but I don't think it's that. What do you mean? Well, I guess I'll be honest about it. It's a lot easier to write poems when I'm thinking about you. Oh, that's so sweet. What? Stop thinking weird things, idiot. I just meant that you're a really expressive person, I guess. How am I supposed to write poems about my own stupid life? But you somehow make everything in your life an adventure. Even the little things. Like cooking? Let's not talk about that. I guess that's the fire we were talking about earlier. So yeah, I guess that's what I'm saying is I can feel more feelings through you than I can through myself. We have that kind of weird connection. It's your fault for getting in my business all the time. I don't know if I understand. You never understand when I try to explain things to you, do you, Sayori? I pat Sayori's head. Hey, I'm not a kid, you know. Are you sure about that? Maybe. Sayori starts fiddling with a pencil between her hands. Hey, the Burl, will you give me your poem? I kind of want to keep it. Why? Just because. Well, it's the first time you've written something for me. Sayori, you completely misunderstood. I didn't write this for you. Are you even listening anymore? Oh, whatever. I'll give it to you when we go home. Really? Snap. I broke my pencil. Overreacting. Hastily bends down to pick up the piece she dropped. But being inattentive of her surroundings, she bumps right into me. So sorry. It's fine. It's fine. I'll get it for you. I bend down and pick up the broken pencil. Sarah clutches the desk beside her to support herself, knees shaking. I'm a little clumsy today. Ha ha ha. Let's sit down, Sayori. Yeah. I grab Sayori's arm and help her sit at the desk. Anyway, I still haven't read your poem. Oh, sorry, I forgot about that. But it's not as good as yours. Jeez, don't worry. I'm sure I'll like it. Bottles. That's a long one. It's a big one. Bottles. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's a secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly. But there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe. And I put the bottle on the shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in bottles all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends. Each bottle a starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friend feels a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go. Like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies. Digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally, all done. I open up and in come my friends. In they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf one after another, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, in shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading, something. But all I hear is echo, 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 echo inside my head. Wow. Problems much? Holy crap. Sierra, did you really write this? Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was going to write the best poem ever? Yeah, but, I didn't expect something like this coming from you. Monica taught me a whole lot. What did you teach her, Monica? And I've really been in touch with my feelings recently. I see that? It's almost kind of creepy. Creepy? Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm so used to you being cheerful. Oh, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out good, so you should be proud of it. Oh, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic. You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up. Yay! Writing's the best. I'm going to keep writing until I die. Don't get ahead of yourself. Sayori's always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it no more than a week later. I wonder if this is one of those times. But seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. Who should I show my poem to next? Let's go to Yuri. So we can get that freak over. Oh, hello. Ah, is it my turn? Let's see how it compares to yesterday's. I see. Oh, let's shift around in this seat a little bit. I hate this seat. I'm going to have to get a new one. It's a bit different. I respect you for trying different things, the Birtle. Were you inspired by Natsuki's poem? Or Sayori's, perhaps? Well, I guess you could say that. I thought so. I'm happy for you. You don't need to find inspiration in my poems. I write them for myself, not for anyone else. So I don't really need for people to like them or anything. Yuri! Huh? I'm sorry for being blunt, but you're overthinking this a little. Just because our styles are different doesn't mean I dislike your poems. In fact, if I tried to do something in your style, I would probably just do a terrible job. I see. I'm sorry. My stupid mind, it likes to do that sometimes. Anyway, you don't need to be afraid to be a little more daring. Metaphors can go a long way. Don't feel like you need to work your brain like turning a bunch of gears. Try letting your mind wander through your feelings and write down the things you see and hear. That's one way to truly enable your reader to see into your mind. It's a very intimate exercise. I see. That's a certainly interesting technique. Thanks for sharing. I have, an example of that if you'd like to read it. Of course. That's the poem you wrote for today. Yuri nods and timidly hands me her poem. The Raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences, well aware that the raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom, the bread, my hungry curiosity, the raccoon, an urge. The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off of my cutting knife, the very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited, or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife. She's got fixation for knives. The raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood. Classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread, and I feed myself again. She's feeding herself by feeding the animal. That's actually kind of a cool metaphor there, weirdly. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem's about. I can. That's right. It's a little closer to my preferred writing style, using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. Jesus. It's those sorts of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself. So sometimes I enjoy writing about them. Okay, hold on. Now, we've been warned about dark imagery, so she's got a fixation with knives and cutting bread and feeding an addiction. The raccoon becomes the addiction. So maybe she's a cutter, and that's going to be some of the scary stuff. Why do you keep them to yourself? Because they're embarrassing, and people would make fun of me. Don't you have anything like that, the Birtle? Well, yeah, I guess I do. I feel like everyone has a little something like that. The best we can do is respect each other and our individualities. Even if it's difficult sometimes and some things make us uncomfortable. After all, if If I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. Oh, God. Yeah, that's reflective. I might be ranting a little bit now. You think? You're giving me some clues. But I'm glad you're a good new listener. And last, I was going to say, but not least, but definitely shortest, Natsuki. Natsuki reads my poem. She keeps glancing at me and back at the poem. By now, she must have read it more than once. Aren't you supposed to be bad at this? Is that a compliment? No, I mean, you know. Natsuki struggles to find the words she wants. I expected a lot less after what you showed me yesterday. That's all. Well, I guess I just got lucky with this one. Yeah, exactly. You just got lucky, you know? Don't get used to it. You won't always manage to write poems this cute. I mean, well written. No, I mean, so that's how it is. My poem is cute. No, why are you smiling? It's not like I like cute things. Natsuki shoves my poem back toward me. Reading it again, I've decided it's not so great after all. It's too cute and doki doki. It would only impress, girls who like those sorts of things. For some reason, Natsuki is incredibly easy to see through. Well, anyway, you're gonna read mine now, right? Judging by your taste, you'll probably like it a lot. You'll probably learn something too. Don't forget who the real pro is. Amy likes spiders. Do you know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wiggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders, and that's why I'm not friends with her. One time, I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross, and that's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers. And I'm gonna tell everyone. Well, she's bullied. It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think that was the best I could do. Oh, of course not. Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem, so I doubt I have to explain it. Whoops. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with much simpler analogies. And it helps people realize how stupid they're being. Yeah, sounds like bullying. Like, anyone would agree that the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk, which, yeah. Do you know people like that? That's a great question. Of course. It's how everyone thinks my... Oh. That doesn't matter. It can be about anything. I wrote it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of... Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or guilty pleasure. Here's second guilt. Something that you're afraid if people find out they make fun of you or think less of you. Okay, so... Yuri was first. Yuri coming out with the whole... I like knives. And now she's coming out with... Something's up with her that would make people... Apparently she's Amy and she likes spiders. And it's something that everyone else should be grossed out about. But that just makes people stupid. Who cares what somebody likes as long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy? I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. Huh, that's funny. Yuri wrote about something similar today. Huh? Did you say Yuri? Yeah. She said her poem was about an unusual hobby of hers. I didn't really get it, but she said something similar to you. That people shouldn't make each other feel insecure about those things. Really? Well, I mean, Yuri's pretty weird. It's like, I wouldn't doubt that she has some weird hobbies. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's not like I would judge her or anything. Natsuki has trouble finding words. I guess I should try not to be so mean to her. If she feels insecure about her weird behaviors and stuff, I mean, I always hate people who make me feel insecure. And Yuri made me feel insecure yesterday. But the way you put it, it sounds like she's learned her lesson. Well, I would say so. Even if her writing style is different, I'm sure she'll appreciate the message in your poem. It's what I do best, after all. I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like, conveying emotions is important, but I want to make people think, not just feel. Remember that. I'm going to write a good one for tomorrow too, so look forward to it. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned today, so if everyone could come sit at the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori has been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Sorry. I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing. Performing? Monica? Yeah, we're going to be having a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is, we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayori's putting it all on the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Sayori, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting those posters up, did you? Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, no. It's not a bad idea. But I didn't sign up for this, you know? There's no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never, in my life, do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys! No, Sayori. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple of days ago. It's a lot to ask for them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that. So, I'm sorry. But, I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones who's responsible for the fate of this club. I hate this seat. If we start the event and each put on a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yeah, it's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself. Oh, Sayori, no. Finding new horizons and having fun. That's right. And it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if all it takes is standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we could do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with. All right. Whew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces. I guess I don't really have a choice. Aha! That's everyone! You're the best, Yuri! This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Oh gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way! Monica, this is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no. Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now, let's see. Monica flips through her notebook to the specific poem she has in mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monica! Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next. What? Yuri's all fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quietly over to the podium. This poem is called... Yuri anxiously glances to each of us. You can do it, Yuri. It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform into the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Whirling fire! I like that analogy. Suddenly, it's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her as if she bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save the situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone else joins me afterward and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were caught so off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back to her seat. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yuri's down for the count. Okay, I guess I'm up next then. Sayori hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. This one's called My Meadow. Sorry, I giggled. Sayori, it's a lot harder than I thought. How'd you guys do it so easily? Try not to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best that way. I see. Okay then. Sayori begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. But hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said that she liked my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes, and we applaud. I did it! Good job, Sayori. Even the bird liked it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? It came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely. But it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours that were sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little more force behind them, depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do in front of everyone. The next time I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know. Okay. Now, who's next? Natsuki? Don't make me go before the Burtle. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let the Burtle lower everyone's standards a little before I have to do it. Natsuki. It's fine. I might as well get it over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. Yeah, this whole reading in front of the class, if it was something I planned out in reality, I was horrible at it. But if you just let me just ad-lib right there on the spot and I can knock it out. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time, though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah. I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. The poem is called... Why are you all looking at me? Because you're presenting. Anyway, the poem is called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. Once she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes, and everyone applauds. She huffs back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You better not make me do that again. Well... Do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people. But it's just my friends. It's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is. So, well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope that you all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Jeez. I should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this extra effort for the club. Makes me really happy. There goes that skirt. Makes you that happy. Yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival's coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like you to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. I can't wait. I can do this. All right. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club and impressing Monica, then I'll have to do my best. I'm still going for it. In my mind. Ready to go, Sayori? Yep. Look at the two of you, always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Jeez, guys. I make such a big deal out of it. Must be a little nice, though. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? It's okay, the Birdle. You don't have to say it. Whatever, let's go already. I'll walk home with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, lots of things have already changed. But today, Sayori's being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori. Sorry, I was spacing out. No wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to... she fumbles with her words. So let's just say that one day, Yuri asked to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? Kind of putting me on the spot here. Well, okay. I would walk home with Yuri or I would walk home with Sayori. Well, they don't make any of these choices easy, do they? Well, I'm technically already invested in Sayori, so let's go that route. I'm pretty strong on this route, so it'd be nice to go ahead and get this one knocked out. Sayori, you really think I would ditch you for Yuri? Huh? But she's so beautiful and smart. Jeez. I already see her in the club every day. Besides, you always seem to really like going home together. I wouldn't just ruin that for you. You're so silly, the Birdle. You think about me too much sometimes. Yuri would deserve it if she wanted it, so... Sayori, I've already made up my mind. I really can't figure you out sometimes. Sorry. Besides, what's the point in speculating something that's never going to happen? The conversation trails off. It's kind of a weird thing for Sayori to care so much about. But I want to respect her and keep her happy too. Then again, the festival's only a few days away. Who knows what'll happen in that time? Not in the stomach. Who knows what'll happen in that time? And it's been a little while, so we're going to go ahead and wrap up at this poem, and we'll pick it back up here next time. So, if you liked this, subscribe, because Robert wants you to. And if you're entertained, hit that like button. And if you want to tell me why you were entertained or how you lost the game just now, just hit us up in the comments, and we'll take care of it there. We'll have our disagreement or agreement to disagree on the rules of etiquette while online and playing the game. Which, hey, the bright side of this is you're good for the next 30 minutes. You can think about the game all you want. You can talk about the game. You can drag others down. Or you can take that 30 minutes to explain the rules of the game to anyone who has not yet been initiated. I highly recommend it. So this is the end of part 2. We're going to be kicking out part 3 soon. So stick around. We'll play this game together and we'll see where it goes, because this is talking about disturbing imagery. And we've gotten a few little things. We've got some hints. Especially about the whole knives and the bullying. I still don't know what's up with Monica. Monica's gonna have her thing. We just don't know what it is yet. And Sayori. Sayori's just weird. I think hers is just gonna be depression. Looks like depression. I've known a few people with depression. Went through it a little while myself, a long time ago. But you know. So it's just my initial guess for right now from how I read people. So anyway, we'll see you later, and we'll see you in the next video at some point. Technically, I need to save this again. No, don't want to overwrite that save. Let's go ahead and just save it in that one. Oh yeah, finally. got the music to quit though. So yeah, part 3 is up soon, hopefully real soon. So, I think that's it. Where's that off button? Okay, off button is right there. So I guess we stop recording now. Good night, or good day, or good evening, or good afternoon. A lot of it really depends on when you pressed the play button, but whichever. And Robert, just trim whatever out of this you don't need. All right. Okay, that should have stopped it recording. Oh. Need a drink. I'm gonna have to keep waters in here. The drink's trying to make me burp. That wouldn't be a cool thing to do. So I can clear that. What am I gonna do next? Oh shit, it's still recording.